I kind of floundered in my career because I had been working for myself. Or, when you work for yourself,
It's hard, man.
yeah,
I can speak from experience.
you don't really have a resume to build on,
Right.
Because I was a CEO of my own company.
Right.
So what?
Yeah.
Only things that people look at is that you failed.
That's all they look at.
I had floundered in my career at that time, and we were going to church, and this one lady told my wife, she says, he is going to find his purpose. And when he does, watch out.
Scott, I just want to thank you for coming on here today and having us here.
Thanks, Tim. I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. So before we get started, I want to just do like an introduction. I want to just give everybody that's out there listening just a little tidbit on you, and then we'll fill in the gaps, I'm sure, as we go. So Scott serves as the Regional Director of Business Development for Hickory Behavioral Health, which is a great organization that we utilize a lot for Angels Harbor. And so he's been doing this for the last 3 years. And honestly, it's one of our greatest resources we use. So we really appreciate you guys
Well,
here.
thank you. Thank you so much. We appreciate Angels Harbor.
Yeah.
I have a history with Angels Harbor. Linda Sistrick from Marietta Memorial.
You came and helped put together bunk beds.
Bunk beds, yeah, before you ever opened.
Yes.
Yep, I volunteered one day.
You know what's cool is
she told me about this organization and how it was going to be a godsend to the Belpre area. So I had to come down and help.
I'm so glad you did. I am, because now look, here we are.
Yep.
3 years later, here we are.
Yep.
Yeah. And so you're married, man, right?
Yes.
You are of 18 years.
Yep.
What's the secret to that?
Well, God, for one.
That's good.
Yep. And just never giving up on the same day. Either one of us. Never giving up. And I have a saint.
Never giving up on the same day. That's interesting.
Yep.
I like that.
Never giving up on the same day.
Wow.
Yep.
That's deep.
Yep. Yeah. And I have a saint for a wife. Yeah.
Man, that is amazing. That is awesome. Because, we all strive to get to those years. And we all have learned that it's not easy to get to them years,
No.
It's true commitment. And so I value that. And you have you have 2 kids, right?
I have Charlie and James, and Charlie is 18 and James is 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So they still graduate? You got to graduate?
So I have a senior in high school.
Okay.
And he wrestles, plays lacrosse.
Does he?
And plays football.
Oh, okay.
And I have a wrestler and a football player. And
wow.
The younger one, yeah.
That's cool. That's really cool. Man, how's the football team up this way?
They're doing great.
Are they?
They're in the regional championships.
Wow.
They play Massillon this Friday.
Oh, that's from up and around the coast, closer to our side of this thing.
Yep.
Massillon, gonna be some tough boys from the.
Yeah, they say that every baby born in Massillon gets a football when they're born. So I don't know.
I've heard such football stories about that town.
I know, man.
And it's right there by the Pro Football Hall of Fame too. Yeah, that's cool. That is super funny. Okay, and you're from this part. Honestly, was kind of cool for me because my wife's from Kentucky, but you're from Mayfield, Kentucky.
Yep, Mayfield, Kentucky. Yeah.
Yeah. And so tell me, what was you like growing up in Mayfield? Tell me, what was it more of a, like what we would know to be the Appalachian grow up?
No. So Mayfield, Kentucky is the furthest western part of Kentucky. Oh. So
you're on the border
of Missouri, Tennessee.
Wow.
Yep. So Mayfield, Kentucky made the news about, it's been about 3 years ago, I guess, December. They had one of the longest tornado spans in the country that's ever happened. and it demolished. It tore down the post office. It tore down the city hall. It tore down the police department. It completely destroyed my entire town.
Wow.
Yeah, and
what year was that in?
Shoot, I think it's been about 3 years ago.
Just a few years ago.
Yeah, just a few years ago.
Oh man.
My football team still made it to states that year because they
With
are,
all that?
Yeah, they are the winningest high school one of the top 4 winningest high school football programs in the country.
Are they?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, from my little town.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, that is super cool.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
listen, I love some sports too. I love football and but that's so cool that they persevered through the storm.
Oh yeah. It didn't touch the high school. It didn't touch my parents' house.
Wow.
But it just destroyed the entire downtown area.
That's crazy. Yeah, because and you know what? I heard this reference one time from Eddie James. I don't want to get off the topic, but when you said it, it reminded me of it. He compares anger to a tornado.
Oh yeah.
And where just in 2 seconds it wipes everything out, but then it takes years to rebuild.
Yep.
And so
it reminds me of one of the big book.
Yeah.
When they talk about, hey, look, Ma, the wind stopped blowing. You know, that's the attitude of the alcoholic.
That's
know?
right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's really that's really good. I love when I see the big book and it just, man, connect with it all just marries together really well if it's done correctly. It really does. It does. So let me ask you this. Obviously, for a lot of us that are in recovery, we've learned over time that a lot of people in the beginning feel like because I'm in recovery, I'm supposed to work in recovery, right?
Yeah.
But then we find in time that's not always true.
No.
But for you, what was the thing that made you know that God said, hey, Scott, this is what your calling is, and you're going to go work in recovery and help people?
So I went to Parkside Treatment Facility. And
I've heard of that. Is it in Columbus?
It was in Columbus.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Matter of fact, the parent company that owned this facility, Oglethorpe, owned Parkside, and they own Ridgeview Behavioral Health.
Okay.
And I started volunteering at Monday nights, and we did a meeting with the patients, and I was sponsoring and meeting, and I was bringing people to this treatment center. And the guy that ran the treatment center said, hey, man, you're bringing more people in than my marketer. Have you ever thought about doing that for a living? And I didn't even know you could get paid for doing what I was doing.
Yeah.
And so I started working there.
Wow.
And started doing the marketing for Parkside.
Wow. Yeah, I could see where you're great. You're great at it because you're very personable and easy to talk to, and
thank you.
Yeah, and that is awesome. I can see, and you can, what's cool is I love it when you can meet somebody and you just see the passion in their eyes of like they love what they do so much, man.
Yeah.
There's nothing better. I thought about this the other day, like to be able to wake up and just have so much gratitude of like, God, I get to wake up today. Thank you for that. But also, I get to go do something I love to do. And you are taking care of me provisionally, as long as I'm walking in my purpose. To me, it's like, is that not the goal of life? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
That's freedom.
I own my own business.
Oh, really?
From 2002 to 2010.
Wow.
Something like that.
What'd you do?
I had it's called a buyer's club, a buying club, and it was a buying co-op, and it was on the east side of Columbus, and we had opened up a place in Cincinnati, and we opened up a place in Houston.
Wow.
And Austin. And then in 2008, when the housing market crash happened, it pretty much put us out of business.
Oh, wow.
So we carried on for a couple of years after that. I ended up selling my part of it, but
wow.
that kind of put me in a.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Spiral.
My question was going to be, after that happened in 2010, like how because man, that was a lot of people lost so much.
I know
that,
we
man.
did.
and so how did you tell me what progressed after that?
So I kind of floundered in my career because I had been working for myself. For when you work for yourself,
it's hard, man.
Yeah,
I can speak from experience.
You don't really have a resume to build on,
right?
Because I was a CEO of my own company.
Right.
So what?
Yeah.
Only things that people look at is that you failed. But,
that's all they look at.
I had floundered in my career at that time, and we were going to church, and this one lady told my wife, she says, he is going to find his purpose. And when he does, watch out, So
let me ask you this question. In that moment, when she told your wife that, and I know your wife probably told you, what did you think? What was your first real honest thought? Honest thought.
I had faith.
Yeah.
And I knew we would get through these rough times.
Right.
But
we are human.
But yes, I was just putting one foot in front of the other at that point. Left foot, right foot.
Right. Just trying to get through the day.
Just get through the day.
Yeah.
We're about to lose our home. We're about to lose everything.
Yes.
So yeah, it was a challenging time.
It's crazy because like I came out of a very challenging time not too long ago, and it's it's hard to explain to people what it's like to have it and then lose it.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
and it is to a lot of people.
I went from not having to balance my checkbook because I knew I had enough in there, into not having to balance my checkbook because I knew I didn't have anything in there.
So both ways. Yeah. And I've been in both of those. You know, like and that's what I've personally learned. It was hard, man. Listen, God had to beat me into submission sometimes, but I personally learned that regardless of all of that, I started reading. There was two stories in my lowest times. I started reading about David a lot, and just
we're studying David right now.
Are you?
Yeah,
such a fascinating character, man. I love his qualities, but I also love because I can see myself in that. I'm that one that could have the man murdered if I'm not in God's will. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I'm the one that can have the baby out of wedlock if I'm not in God's will. And it's like, but seeing God's redemption.
Yep.
And for me, having that public fault, seeing the redemption that God, man, that was more rewarding than the first, almost like, because he redeemed you, brought you back up to a very good place. It's like that to me, that experience was more freeing than the first time I found freedom. I felt like,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And so after you get the business lost and you're kind of just progressing through life, what's the next big events that kind of hit you that kind of turned your life? And also, I'm interested in your recovery story too, because I think it's very unique. But first, before we get to that, let's just walk through that little season of what hit finally where that they said you'll find your purpose. At what point did you see like, oh wow, this is happening?
Well, that's about the time that I started working in the recovery field, and I had started my recovery journey in August 8th of 2005.
Oh wow, wow!
So
that is amazing.
Yeah, and we've been through ups and downs ever since.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
2005.
Yep. Wow, I give you bravo because man, that's very honorable, man. Because it's paving the way for the rest of us, that are behind or that have slipped or had to get back up, and it's just always inspiring to hear people be like, what, I've been doing this since you were out there doing your thing, and so it's just, to me, it's like, to me, it gives that there with gained, like just life, you gain wisdom, right?
Yeah.
And you gain so much wisdom through recovery too, and through the Word is where I think all wisdom is birthed from, and or from heaven to the Lord. But it's like the wisdom you gain from that. What did you learn the most about losing everything?
Oh, um, um, I learned that it isn't the material things that make me happy.
Yeah.
That it was the support of my family and looking into my kids' eyes. So that was probably what I learned the most.
That's so good. That's so good. That's kind of what I found too. Is it reprioritized my whole life?
Oh yeah,
it was
absolutely.
Crazy. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, it's like and it's like I was never one great at balance, and a lot of us in recovery aren't the best at balance, and so just learning how to okay, you cut this off now.
Yeah.
Even with work, I get I don't know when to stop,
Yeah.
And so last night I told my wife, this is just being transparent, because I get in that mode in my mind where we're grinding, and I'm not going. And I told her last night about 10 o'clock, I was like, I got to stop. I just got to stop. I got to stop. My brain's got to stop right now. I don't.
Yeah.
But to find that balance, and it's something I'm currently, finding, and it's cool but there's something to that. I believe in the quality of life, to have your priorities to be God, family, then friendships, then ministry, or calling. And when I was able to reprioritize that, something that really broke my heart, this is a real transparent moment. My 8-year-old stepson, I'll never call my stepson, he's my son, but he said to me not too long ago, because I had a previous divorce, and so he said to me, he's like, Dad, because we were talking about him being 2. Now my recollection is he was with me every single day. It was around COVID and all that. His recollection was, Dad, I remember you being at the church more than you was at home. Yeah. Now, what do I do with that? I take that moment, and I can either be like, well, no, my memory says, or that's his perspective. And I have to receive that from my 8-year-old that looks at me and says, Dad, you weren't there as much as you should have been.
Yeah.
And I have to own that and be man enough to be like, okay, son, I'll take that, because you're right. My priorities were upside down at times, but I'll change it. And so it's such a learning process,
Yeah.
And so, and so how did your kids, when through all these transitions, were they just riding the flows well, or did you get any trouble out of them through it? Or
no, they've both been very, very good kids.
Wow.
My oldest, some of his friends are drinking and stuff, and he will not drink. He does have a girlfriend, and my youngest, my wife and I are both in recovery, and we've been very transparent with them.
Yeah.
That genealogically, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Your genes will probably produce a bad outcome.
That's right.
If you add alcohol or drugs
Absolutely.
or anything to it.
There's a genetic disposition.
Yep.
I'm recovering from being, let's say, ministry-aholic, at one point, right?
Right.
And so even though, I'm still, recovering from all this other stuff, but there's other things that come up throughout our life past the drugs, past the alcohol, that we still have to learn how to recover through.
Yeah, because we're obsessive.
Yes.
Yeah, we're very obsessive in nature. Yep.
Our human nature wants the instant gratification right that second.
Yeah.
And it's so hard, because the fruit of the Spirit in Galatians, it says, is to have self-control. And I think a lot of times when we think of self-control, we don't think of it as being a spiritual thing, more of a just got a white knuckle at thing. Yeah. But really, when you look at it, like, self-control is spiritual. And if I'm spiritually growing, then I can have the ability to have the self-control. Yeah. Instead of just trying to be like, I just got to figure out how to not do it. That's what I love about your story, because there's God dotted all through the whole entire thing. Yeah. And so,
I was working for River Vista, another psychiatric hospital at the time, and a good friend of mine, Bryce Johnson, which he's gone now. Bryce approached me and said, "Hey, I've got this other place that's opening up down in Cambridge called Hickory." And I said, "I'm done moving." Because I don't know if you know about people in this industry, but they seem to job hop a lot.
Everywhere. You're like, you working for who now?
Yeah. You're working for who now? Yeah. And I told Bryce, I said, "Nope, I am not interested in going anywhere. I'm fine with River Vista." He goes, "Oh, no, you just..." And it's the old Cambridge. And I said, "If it's at Oglethorpe?" And he said, No, it's not them. It's somebody else. And so I sat down and had a conversation with Patty Boner. Boner's her last name. And I know, we get a laugh out of that.
Everybody will be like, "See, we know Tim was immature." That just proved it.
But her vision for what this place was going to be, and Moshe Orlinsky is the owner of Hickory.
Okay.
And I believed it. I believed in.
Yeah.
She believed in Moshe. I believed in Patty. And I left River Vista, and I'd been there 2 years. And,
wow.
And I was doing great.
Yeah.
And I came over to here, and it seemed like every turn we made, there was some kind of something going
blocking.
wrong.
Yep.
Something going wrong. We had both the buildings up here, Fletcher and Oldham. We had both of them done almost, and we're getting ready to open. And Christmas of, what was it, 2012, I guess it was? No, what are we in? 2025. So it'd been 2022, whatever. It's been 3 years.
Yeah.
There was the polar vortex. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do actually.
That when the temperature dropped, and
it was so cold.
It was so cold.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember my sliding glass door wouldn't even open because it was so frozen, and it froze all the sprinkler heads inside of our buildings on both sides, and destroyed all the work we had done. It destroyed.
Oh my!
It destroyed all the new floors we'd put in. It destroyed all the new ceilings. It destroyed the entire building.
Wow!
And so we were all set back again.
Yeah.
And so it's been a struggle to get this place open.
Yes.
And Bryce has moved on since then. He's gone to the Lord. And he had cancer, and then I got cancer. I was brushing my tongue, and it started bleeding, and then I started developing these nodules on the sides of my...
Now, before you go to this, I want to clarify. I know this, but they don't. But you don't smoke.
Nope.
You didn't use chewing tobacco. Nothing like that.
Nope.
And this. Okay. Now go ahead.
So I hold off until I got life insurance.
Yeah.
I waited 6 months to go see the ENT.
That's smart, though.
I know.
Yeah, that's
smart. I go into the ENT within 2 minutes, him running a scope down the back of my throat. He says, "I'm not a betting man, but if I was, I would say that you have throat cancer."
Wow.
And so within a couple of weeks, I was in having a PET scan and everything, and it was determined that it was throat cancer, and it was caused by the HPV virus.
Tell me a little bit about that, because I've heard of it.
So I don't know. That there's what's his name? Michael Douglas. I think Michael Douglas had the HPV virus.
Okay.
And developed throat cancer, and I guess that there's a sexual component, I guess, with this HPV virus, but it's not true.
Right.
But it's not true. You can
catch
catch it from anything.
Right,
it's just like any other virus.
Absolutely.
You can get it out of the air, and but some people it doesn't clear, and so that's what caused it, and. so I had to start radiation therapy
Wow.
and chemotherapy. And one of the things that Hickory was so wonderful about was letting me work from home and
Oh,
letting me.
That's super cool.
Yep. So I had 33 rounds of radiation
Wow.
and 7 or 5 chemotherapy.
What do you feel like after a radiation session?
So you don't really feel the radiation, but after a while, it starts to burn. It's like a sunburn.
Okay.
So I had like a sunburn all over my
Really?
neck and my chest, and the worst strep throat you ever had in your life.
Really?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
wow. And so was that, so you would find yourself down for a minute with that, right?
Oh yeah.
So how long did it take you to bounce back from that?
It took until February, really.
Yeah.
March.
Okay.
March probably is when I started really getting back out into the road, and seeing my accounts and things like that. But
one thing that I think is beautiful that you had told me off camera was, now tell them about your report now. What does your report say now?
I'm 100% cancer
Come on,
free.
let's go. Look at God.
100% cancer free.
Man, you know what's wild is like through all that, and you know you've talked outside of this, and just your determination to push through that.
Yeah.
Especially in recovery, man. You add that on top of somebody that can slip back to something.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, first of all, I'm super inspired by you pushing through that. But what even inspires me more is that you didn't allow that to define your future.
Nope.
You got back up and you said, we're going to do what God's got for us right
absolutely.
here. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so, tell me now a little bit about Hickory. I want to hear, like, you're telling how you guys got off the ground. What's crazy about that is we've similar. It's so cool because you don't ever know this stuff about other places, like the struggles, because you think you're the only ones.
Oh yeah. Man.
You're like, we have to be the only ones going through this craziness.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but
so we've been through three CEOs. And,
right.
We've had one doc the entire time, Dr. Sepavodi.
Really?
And he's a 82-year-old psychiatrist, and he is a gold medalist ping pong player too.
Get out of here!
Yeah,
He
can play ping pong like Forrest Gump, man.
He won the gold medal.
Yeah, for Iran.
That is cool.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
For Iran.
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Just to have a gold. Anybody knows a gold. That has a gold medal is cool. Yeah.
So he is a true blessing to this community. He is amazing. He does amazing work, and he works night and day, and he's just an amazing person, and we love it. Corporate team, our owners are he's amazing. He's an amazing man.
Yeah.
They have I think I don't know how many beds, probably 700.
Wow.
Hickory recovery beds in Indiana.
In Indiana?
In Indiana.
Is it in one town or is it spread out?
It's spread out all over
Indiana.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
is that where it started?
Yeah.
Okay. So birthed in Indiana.
Well, I mean, Chosen, which is a skilled nursing facility that Moshe ran, was in West Virginia, I think.
Oh, okay. Let's go Mountaineers. I'm a Mountaineer,
But we have facilities in Iowa.
Oh, wow.
New Orleans.
Really?
Arizona and Nevada.
I did not know
and Texas.
That you guys were spread out that much. Wow.
And Texas. Now, we're the only behavioral health hospital. We're the only 4.0 behavioral health hospital. They're going to either be a danger to themselves or others, or they're not going to be able to meet their, they're not going to be able to bathe themselves, or feed themselves. But they're falling down on their life.
Right.
So then, if someone is drinking or using benzos or something like that, then those types of people we can detox. Those campuses that are around us here in this facility are not part of us. That's developmental disabilities.
It's a different
entity.
Okay.
We are the 64 bed psychiatric
64 beds.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we have 16 beds where we're at here.
Right.
Right. That sometimes we're able to, if we have
overflow and stuff like that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And so
80 beds total.
That is great. 80 beds. Mm-hmm. And so at any given time, on average, what would you say you guys are servicing?
How many people?
Yeah.
I'd say that our range is around 50.
Wow.
50 people.
Now think about that. 50 people on that high level of care.
Yeah.
Constant 24-hour, that you'd have to have some compassionate, great staff to do that. You really would. You just would.
We do have our quality of care is, I believe, top notch.
I agree with you on what we've experienced. Yes.
Thanks.
Yeah, I do believe. I believe in what you guys do here. I really do, man. I've did the thing in Marietta.
Yeah.
And when we were there, as we were talking, that's what I felt the Lord saying, Scott's gonna be in your life a lot. Just know. And I was like, I really like Scott. So this works out great.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
so, we appreciate Angels Harbor. I get calls from Micah and from Carlos that they have someone. We had one just the other day, and we didn't take their insurance, so we couldn't support them. But most of the insurances we take: Medicaid, Ohio Medicaid, Medicare, and all your private insurance.
The Medicare one's huge.
Yeah.
Because there's not many places that accept
there's
that.
not anyone in the state of Ohio.
No. You guys are the only ones
that we do.
Are y'all the only ones?
Yep. I believe we are.
Wow. So if you people out there that can never find Medicare beds, and y'all call us constantly saying, do you take Medicare? Know that Hickory Behavioral Health can help you in that with the Medicare.
Yep.
Utilize that resource. That's what this is all about.
There's no plan for us to build anything else or to start anything else in Ohio.
Okay.
But they're constantly looking for places at the corporate level.
Yes.
All across the United States.
Absolutely.
So, but as far as I know, there's nothing else slated to come in Ohio.
Right.
We're trying to keep this one going here.
Yeah. Listen, I get it. That's part of my problem.
Yeah. We're kind of out here, we're in a town of less than 20,000 people.
Yeah.
And to keep it staffed is always a challenge.
Always.
Especially for RNs and for social workers and for...
And you got to have people with the right letters to do that type of services. Yeah.
And we need more psychiatrists and we need more nurse practitioners. Right. And so I feel like we have a good team going now with our CEO, Carl Hoop.
Who I met, which I will say seemed like an amazing man.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
He was a huge asset.
Yeah. Really liked him a lot.
Yeah. He's going to be great.
Yeah, I could see that.
He's going to be great for us.
I can see that. He's got the heart, the compassion, and the vision.
Yeah.
You can see it all.
But we pull in people as far as away as Toledo, as Cleveland, Canton.
Wow.
And Marietta, of course, is a big area for us. Zanesville.
Right.
Coshocton, Fairfield County. Chillicothe, we work with lots of folks, great folks.
You guys do get people from a lot of the state, don't you?
Yeah, we do.
Well, Scott, I just want to say personally, thank you for what you've done to benefit us at Angels Harbor.
Thank you so much. We love Angels Harbor, and we appreciate your compassion and what y'all are doing.
Well, we're excited to see where what God's going to do next.
Yep.
And so just thank you and thank you for your time. Thank you for hanging out with us today.
Thank you so much.
And showing us around this beautiful. It reminds me. A year ago. I was in Holland. And it was in Amsterdam, right outside of Amsterdam, in a town called Voorthuizen, right?
Yeah.
and the architecture here is so funny.
Yeah.
It literally reminds me of Voorthuizen in the Netherlands, you know. And
Wow.
Yeah, it was because it's beautiful.
We
it was
need
a
some
lot of-
tulips.
Yeah, we can make that happen. It's like just the architecture is beautiful, and so and the campus is massive, and
Yes.
and so just thank you for having us,
Yeah,
and thank you for letting
absolutely.
us learn about what you do, and if you guys need resources, they'll be on the screen of how you can reach Scott if you do need the services of Hickory, and thank you guys for watching with us.
Thank you.
God bless.
God bless.